And so it begins, man. Baluba, Mike Wayne himself, has resurfaced. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy CJ. Tapping in with y'all again, bringing y'all this 2K content. Like I told y'all I would. Every day it's gonna be something new, more than likely. I would not doubt it, whether it be something with Mike Wayne, something. And you know, you got the rollout of everything else going on based off the calendar. I think the next thing that's gonna be coming out is going to be the W and things of that sort. I can't remember. I have to, double check that. I'll place it up on the screen just in case you all don't have it, but you know, we'll have it. So first thing first, yesterday Mike Wayne was going crazy. Yesterday he was going crazy. As soon as the vid dropped with the pro play, boom, Mike Wayne was at it. So first thing that I kind of want to hit on, because some new things that people kind of have not seen, or maybe you have seen it, but I'm gonna give my point of view on it. So yes, they goes to this first one about the takeover perks. They asked, are takeover perks still in the game? And I was wondering if they were still in the game too, because he didn't hint at it when he was talking about the takeovers. And the takeover perks, if you all don't know, that would be accelerator, juiced, extender. I'll pop it up somewhere, but all the accelerator perks that you can get: decelerator, saboteur, the scissor one, I can't remember what that one was, but yeah, all of those perks. He says they are still in the game, but the OP ones are turned down. When he said the OP ones are turned down, well, I was wondering which ones are considered the OP ones. Maybe accelerator. Accelerator is kind of OP in terms of how fast you can get it, but it's not OP in terms of the rating, I guess, just because it's faster. And then juiced, I would consider juiced the most OP out of all of them, in my opinion, just because it almost doubles what you can do, with the takeover. But I'm really curious to see exactly which ones are you considering to be OP and juiced. And then we go to the greens. From hearing this, to me, in my opinion, it sounds like everything shooting wise is going to be pretty much about the same as it is in 2K23, if not a little bit better, a little bit easier is what I'm meaning by a little bit better. So badge plug, ask about the pure green window in 2K24 like 2K19. You can have a jump shot in 2K19, and as long as you knew that green window, you were pretty much cash if you wide open. I can speak for this myself. I had a rebound, a two-way rebounder on 2K19. I hit 98 on that one, and he had, I want to say it was like a 56 or 60 something three ball, and I could shoot greens pretty consistently. I actually would put on Trey Burke's base with I think it was Rudy Gay top. If it wasn't Rudy Gay, it was Kobe, but I'm pretty sure it was Rudy Gay. And I was cash on that one. So this is pretty cool. Mike Wayne said, yes, the green window is pure and will be guaranteed make if you hit it. Heavily contested shots may look like full white misses, but that's just an artifact of the art. There will always be a possible sub pixel size green window on every shot attempt. So when he says that part right there, that kind of makes me a little like, because I understand the meter is kind of fishy in terms of sometimes when you see it, in game from your perspective, other than the person you're playing with. So I think he's saying there's just, yeah, you have the green window, but right up under or right up above it, there's just a little bit more to that green window that can be hit, based off every shot that's in the game. And it's not the big of a deal, but it can be a big of a deal because sometimes things won't look green. It won't look completely green, and you have some of that in 2K23. So that's why I say it's about the shooting's gonna be about the same. We're gonna move on, and right here it goes back into the shooting. The Tampa Deegan asked him, is every shot greenable? Pretty much, just ideally is everything greenable. And Mike Wayne said it is. Every shot is 100% greenable. Window size is determined by a ton of factors: defense, ratings, badges being a permitted drivers. But don't worry, contested shots are very hard to knock down on higher difficulties, and that's dope. And I think as long as 2K has that contest system figured out, fixed, that this part will be dope. I want to find the tweet. I can't find it right now, but I'll mention it, and I'll probably pull it up in a video somewhere. He talked about defensive contest and defensive sliding. He hinted on the fact of if you're actually playing good defense, getting a lot of bumps on defense, the offensive player will have a harder time trying to shoot the shot. And people were excited, which this is exciting, but it has been in the game before. Yeah, they may have re-entered it back in the game, which is a plus. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it has been in the game before where you actually would bump people and they would go down. I don't know if you remember like the actual clamps perimeter badge when it actually would drop attributes and badges based off your clamps, the offensive players badges. That was affecting the shooting percentage and all that stuff and the stamina and everything else. So it's not nothing necessarily new. They just, reworked it and placed it back in to where it's not necessarily, or it might be geared to a badge, but it doesn't sound like it's geared to a badge. It sounds more so geared to positioning and all that stuff. And I like this one right here. You can also dunk meter on standing dunks. Honestly, point guards, every other person that's on a big man's team, do not be upset when your big man tries this, because I'm gonna tell you like this off rip, first day I'm more than likely gonna end up trying it, because if you can master that, and I know the meter is gonna be hella quick because it's super quick on 2K23, because you can do the standing dunks on the meter with 2K23, but you have to dribble. You can't just be standing there. You have to like let your player put the ball on the floor and then do it. If you just stand there and then try to do it, he's gonna do some kind of stupid layup. But don't be mad at your big man for trying to pull this off. It's okay. We're gonna try it. We're gonna get it right. This is another big one right here for me, and for any others who like to be defenders. The steal and block attempts will consume adrenaline bars on defense. First bar gone is 20% block to steal rating nerf. 2 bars gone is 40% nerf, and 3 bars gone is 75% nerf, which is so. For guards who play offense or the main ball handler, you got to think you seeing most locks spam lanes on 2K23, but you don't really see like a drop off based off how they're extending or how they're reaching or anything of that sort. It's still the same kind of animation, and yeah, it may be a little bit slower, but with the interceptor badge and all that stuff, it's still he's gonna lunge out there even if he times it right. So this is kind of one of those things where I would want to see how it works, because it still could be played the same way like 2K23, where you spamming that and you got that 75% nerf, but it's not like it's like, okay, whatever, cool, I can still get there and get it. Now if it's the point where they spamming and then they can't get to it because they've over spammed, it's a W. But I think this is more so on the line to people who aren't defenders, like the non-locks that like spam lanes. And they still get a chance. So pretty much you just got to be a little bit more smarter what you do. Also with the block attempts, and I'm speaking to myself and every other big on the game, stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. It's so hard to do. You just want to get that block and get on the run. I understand, and I'm that way myself. Stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. Put your hands up. Stay on your feet. Animation's crazy as far as this, but we're gonna move on. And video dropped yesterday. I talked about the takeover meters because the takeover in general, just the whole facet of it sounded interesting to me, and how they have the actual Mamba, or when you get Mamba mentality, you get kind of like a juiced up version of whatever 2 or whatever 1 takeover you choose. So Mike Wayne said he forgot to mention that there's a takeover menu in the game that lets you set whether you stay locked. Oh, well, this is in the My Career, where you can stay locked in on your My Player and or on the team. Most people are going to choose to stay on their My Player, because you don't really care to use everybody else on the team, because you got to think, you get into team takeover, you really, most of the time, if you're big like me, I'm running pick and roll with me in the main point guard, throwing the oop to myself, so I don't care to do that. And if I get doubled, I'll kick, but I don't like to shoot other players' shots, because obviously I don't know the shot. So it's just kind of like throwing me out there, and the team takeover is pretty much wasted. So yeah, just let me play on my guy. So, and then also it goes, he talks here, team takeover works the same way as it did last year. It's going to auto fire whenever, it's accumulated by the team. And then we're going to move on up here. And he talks about the authentic jumpers and how jumpers are being more authenticized with, specific key players with the pro play, and how it's helped make the jump shots a little bit better, which is cool. So you can start seeing more crystal clear animations and key animations with these players in real life and their shots on the video game. So specifically speaking, KD's jump shot has always pretty much been about the same. I think you'll see that be a little bit more true to how he shoots. LeBron James, I think LeBron James shot this year on 2K23 was pretty on point. But you'll see that be a little bit more true. Who else is somebody I can think of? I think Chris Paul is one, because they kind of have him not jumping as much. Granted, he doesn't jump like crazy, but Chris Paul is one I want to see kind of change too. I think he needs a little bit more lift, and it needs to be a little bit more faster. Who else can I think of? Maybe like Ja Morant. His was pretty good this year though. But, you know, you get what I'm saying. A few players that, you know, kind of needed that little adjustment to their jump shots that gave them more of that authenticity to how they are in real life. So, and he talks right here about the playmaking moves. And, you know, just like per usual, like it was last year, 92, which if that's, you know, top tier, if it's really top tier, because, you know, this year in 2K23, 75, Michael Jordan, best you could get, or the best thing you could use. And then you had the I almost said Curry slide, but the Westbrook size up. You know, those were the ones used. You didn't need that 90 ball handle, so you could throw that stuff everywhere else, which made builds, you know, broken. Which, you know, it's expected builds to have a chance to be broken anyway, but that really made it broken. So and this really doesn't, you know, say what's best, what's not best. It just gives you the rating as to, you know, what's what. And now the big thing, man. The big thing, the big bomb that's back that everybody's been waiting for is this right here, man. Has been confirmed that we do have the rep system back, bro. I put this out in a video maybe a month ago when they brought up the fact of seasons being back in the game. I specifically said seasons can be back in the game. Seasons themselves, the season itself is not a bad idea. It's just the fact of that can't be the only grind. And I also, you know, noted the fact that there is a grind with the legend grind, but that's insane. The legend grind is insane. And that's when I brought up the fact of Call of Duty, you know, how you have all those stuffs within the season that you can get and it, you know, retranslate, but you still have the actual rep that you can get, which is your actual level when you get to when you get to your prestige. So you still have the seasons, which is dope. But now you got this. This here is going to bring back the nostalgic feel and the competitiveness that 2K wanted. Now, I'm going to tell y'all like this. Don't be upset because people are still going to be running. When you go to the park, when you go to the stage. Sometimes when you queue up in the rec game, people going to automatically dip up out of there because they see all these ranks. That wait till somebody is a rookie 1 and they see veteran 2 on the team. They out of there. So don't get upset. I'm not going to be upset, but don't get upset when people are out of there because you're at veteran 2, they're at rookie 1 or starter 1, and they don't want to run that because they don't want to get popped. Just be ready. Now, the top 10 part is what I'm really interested about at the end of this rep system. Is it kind of like how it is with Call of Duty with the rank mode? So, you know, you got to play so many games to get to the top 250, and then based off your winning and things you do within the game, it boosts up your rank within the community. So, you know, whether you get an assist or you know whatever, however many points you accumulate within that game, you know, boost up to your rank. And I wonder within that top 10, it's no, obviously you're not going to be top 10 in terms of like, you know, the rank unless you do it, you know, first within the top 10, obviously. But thereafter, I wonder if that would change to something else other than top 10, and if maybe it'll change to like top 20, top 30, top 50. But who knows? It's just me thinking into it and thinking along the lines with every other game that kind of has like a ranking system. And this is what I think 2K was really missing with the ranking system. Like, it has to be something like this. It has to be something like this in 2K at this point, because now what you have in the crossplay and all this stuff, this is just like, hey, system for system, or, you know, player for player on the system. This is what we got. This is what we putting out. This is how we doing it. And this is going to be next level. This ranking system is probably going to be the truest ranking system that you ever see, because everybody's playing everybody. Everybody got to get smoked with everybody. Console to console. That's what I'm saying. I personally don't care who you with. Xbox, PS5. I'm on Xbox, but I don't care. I'm pulling for me. Like real spill. I'm pulling for me. But this is big, man. This is big. I love the rep system. I think this is a W right now. 2K, Mike Wang, Runny. Everybody's been putting out W's. If y'all haven't seen it, make sure y'all tune in to Uncle Demi too, because Uncle Demi has been posting and dropping some bangers. Because with him being the next maker, that's big. But you know, get ready to tune in for the next one, man. Because like I said, I got some more bangers coming. I appreciate everybody tuning in to this video. If you haven't done it already, make sure you go ahead and like, sub up, comment on this video. Because guess what? We got the big 1K on the way, man. And other than that, it's your boy Untamed. It's your boy CJ. And I'm gone. Peace. Love.